If humans evolved from apes, why are there still apes at the zoo? It's a common question, and it points to a major misunderstanding. Much of that confusion comes from this famous image. We see a primate slowly standing up and turning into a modern human in a single file line. This suggests that one species simply replaced the one before it. But if this were true, those earlier species wouldn't be around anymore. Modern chimpanzees and gorillas aren't our ancestors, they are our contemporaries. Biological history functions as a web of shared, living relationships, rather than a sequence of upgrades. To see how those relationships work, we can look at a familiar part of any family, a first cousin. You didn't evolve from your cousin. You both exist at the same time, because you descend from a shared common ancestor, your grandparents. Our relationship with chimpanzees and gorillas works the same way. We are different branches connected to an ancient primate that lived millions of years ago. Understanding our origins involves taking this familiar family tree and expanding it across a vast scale of time. Our specific branch began to take shape about 7 million years ago in Africa. At that time, a specific species of primate lived in these landscapes. It was the common ancestor for both us and the modern apes. This lineage grew like a branching bush, with different groups splitting off to follow their own paths. One path led to the modern great apes we see today, like gorillas and chimpanzees. A separate path moved in a different direction, leading to us, Homo sapiens. Humans and great apes evolved in parallel. We are evolutionary cousins, living our own distinct histories at the same time. Even our specific side of the bush is crowded. For most of our history, we were not the only human-like species on the planet. The fossil record shows a variety of these upright walking relatives, which scientists group together as hominins. One of our closest cousins was the Neanderthals. They emerged at least 200,000 years ago and lived in many of the same regions as humans. Neanderthals were a culture-bearing species. They built hearths, used medicine, and created art. Before they died out, they lived alongside modern humans for thousands of years, and our ancestors even interbred with them. Today, we are the only surviving branch of this hominin family, but our solitary existence is a relatively recent development in a very diverse history. This branching history helps clarify the search for the missing link. People often use that term to describe a creature that is half human and half ape. Charles Darwin addressed these relationships when he first introduced his theory of evolution in the 19th century. Despite what his critics claimed, Darwin's work never argued that humans descended from living apes. He focused on how species diverged from common ancestors. The real link isn't a bridge between us and a chimpanzee, it's the ancestral node at the base of the bush, the shared grandparent of the entire family. Looking at the full bush reveals how millions of years of growth have positioned us in the natural world. The very top of the bush represents the present day. This is where we find chimpanzees and gorillas, living their own lives right now. And at that same height, on a different branch, we find ourselves. We are one unique, upright walking twig in a vast family, sharing the same moment in time with our distant primate cousins.